said that. Hi.
Hi guys. Voice Kiersey. I have to say, you're the one that has the cat you call Chunky, right?
Yes.
'Cause I
Oh yeah.
interviewed you and I called Godzilla a chunky boy.
Oh.
Oh my God. Chunka. Absolutely. And he is a chunky boy.
My cat's also becoming a chunky boy because he has more wet food now in his diet, and I'm always like, chunky boy.
Oh my God. You know what? I just saw an awful video of this girl crying because her cat died because of something with
That's
the.
why he got wet food because I saw that same video.
It
I
was
was
awful. And I was petrified. I had no idea. So Chonk is living off like soup now. We're not saying that. Are you
I
kidding?
I got him one of those wet food subscription services. I was
Yes.
like, absolutely not. Uh,
Yes.
but so sorry to
I'm
start.
glad we caught up.
Gotta cut about the cats.
Yeah.
To start, I love how this movie kind of everyone talks at once because I feel like it's very real that people just talk and we all half listen or like we're all just kind of going over each other. When you guys were filming, how did the process of like filming those more chaotic scenes work for both of you and making sure that we as the audience get them because it is chaotic, but I understood everything that was being said and going on.
Good. Hmm. That's really good. Thank you. I'm going to pass that message along to our sound mixers who did a great job at
Mhm.
making sure we were getting clean lines from everybody, and our sound editors who also did a fantastic job. People on set. We had a great sound team on set and in post-production. So thank you to them. And the reason we can hear people is because of them. Because me as a director, I'm like, everybody just talk over each other. It doesn't matter. They'll figure it out. They won't figure it out. It does matter.
Yeah.
So I don't, as an actor, what is that like when there's an ensemble and you have to not step on people? What is that like?
Awful for me. I love.
Right? It's unnatural.
Yeah, I'm always, especially when it's written in that someone cuts you off. It's like, cut me off. Cut me
Mhm.
off. Talk over me. Um, I love that. I feel like the most natural thing come from it. When I worked with Judith Light before on this show Transparent, and
Mhm.
that's what we would always do is just everyone would talk over each other. I mean, it captured the essence of the family. There's like a cultural element, I think, that also exists in this movie. And it always feels the most alive because, like you said, it's what we do. It just sucks for the people who are part of our production that they
So
have to sort that out. Maybe it's fun for
it's
them.
no, I was about to say they love it. Like
Okay.
it's
Oh,
fun.
right.
It's really thrilling, and you have like all these different mics, and I think and I did like theater sound in high school. It's like a drug,
Yeah.
so it's fun, but that's part of the
Yeah.
job.
You said theater, and I really 100% agreed with what you said, Kirsty, what about like when you're told to cut someone off and they don't cut you off, you're like, I have to now make up words that
Cut
don't
me off, hit me.
Yeah.
the chunky boy.
It's the chunky
Oh,
boy.
he's so cute.
Who's the chunky boy? Is it? He
Oh,
He's
doesn't
like,
want.
I didn't agree to be interviewed
I
today.
know.
Oh my God, I love him. He's so cute.
so stoic.
Oh, he's so cute. Um,
Sorry, go on.
no, it's okay. This is perfect. I always assume, because I was a theater kid, I assume that when you are kind of in a house filming something and it is everyone in one house, that it makes it a more like cohesive and like collaborative environment because everyone is kind of smashed into one area and you all just kind of have to be in there. Was that the case on this? Because it is so kind of not campy, but everyone's supposed to be from camp, like
I love
vibe
it.
with each other.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm picking cat
Yeah.
off me. When I was a kid, I wanted to go to summer camp so bad. And the closest I got was actually our school. I'm surprised by this. Our school, we went to science camp for like a weekend or something like that. Anyways, always wanted to go to summer camp. And now I feel like now as an adult, every time I go away and I get to film, I get, if I'm lucky, you get the summer camp vibe. But it has to be the perfect elements that all come together to make it happen. And I feel like I got so lucky on this for that to happen, even though it's not luck, it was orchestrated. Like,
It's very
I
orchestrated.
reached to put us all together. But
I feel lucky though, so yes.
yeah, like it feels lucky that it did all come together. And I mean, I've said it, I feel like I'm gonna keep repeating myself, but we all made such real connections. And you know, it can feel also very fleeting because that's also what summer camp is.
Mhm.
But what's really amazing is it's a movie. So now we have all of our personal relationships and bonds that we formed off screen. You can see it on screen, and I can always go back and revisit it. And I will do that. Like I will miss I will miss co-stars or something, and I will go back and watch a movie and be like, that was such a good time. I will. I don't care. It's like going through a scrapbook. You know,
That's cool.
Chalk's tearing up the scratch box right now. I don't know if you guys can. You said his name, and now he's like,
He said it's my time. I'm here.
yeah. And she asked for it. What do you want me to do?
She brought me up.
Yeah.
Me on camera. I think this movie is so beautiful to look at. Like the shots are so, I mean, like the cast is beautiful to look at too, but then you have these like black background shots with like bright colors covering faces, and it is just so pretty. Do both of you have like a moment or a shot in this movie that you're just like, yeah, that nailed it. People are gonna eat this up, or like you just love it and want to eat it up yourselves?
So many of them for me. Jomo is so amazing. Um, I honestly like the opening of the movie.
Which is
Sitting there with Judith and
Mhm.
capturing her
On the
breathing
dock.
machine on the dock,
Yeah.
um and just all the little details on the table of like the statue of the hand with the ring finger missing and all the little snack, because it just sets up everything. You see, it's so funny how you can just see this table of food and snacks and you're already like, well, what's happening? Why
Like,
does the
what is
donut
this
look like
world? Who are these people? What are they eating?
what's
Where am I going? It's like a
that?
Willy Wonka
Yeah,
introduction.
but also my friends who have seen the trailer, they have said that the parts that you're talking about where it's dark in the background and it's very outer space-esque and it's just me and my face, that's what makes them go, wait, what's happening? Are we in her head? Where are we? That is the part that makes them very interesting. And you brought it up. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that. And when we filmed those, we're filming it like in this, like, let's call it a dining hall, like where we eat lunch. And it was like a
It's like a
thing.
mess hall. Yeah.
It was like a mess hall. And it was like after we filmed that day, and I remember Aida and some cast, I think, just stuck around to watch it because we're all going, what is this going to look like? There was some name for it. And we're like, is this a robot? What's happening? And I'm doing it, and Tayarisha's talking me through it. And
Oh
I
my
start to cry. And I'm just like, because she's leading me essentially through like a meditation. And I start crying.
An audience.
Yeah. And everyone's like, wow, so beautiful. What a performance. And I open my eyes and I'm like, no, I did not mean to cry. And Tayarisha goes, I know.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That looked really good. It came out really well. That's not even my favorite part. That's crazy. Yeah, that came out so well. That came out so well. My favorite is there's like shots that ended up being used. I think it's like in the sequence. There's like the shot that I would refer to in the edit as like, oh, use the ones where they look like gods. And it's like this moment where they're dancing and River and Celestina, like they're dancing alone in a room. And the steady cam, we had a great steady cam operator, Ben Spanner. He like goes underneath and like Celestina is like turning this way and the steady's going
Yeah.
this way. So they like cross over and it had like, we shot on these like wide angle, like very distorted lenses. And the way that she crosses the frame, it like distorts her so large. And she just feels like very, very like godly and very otherworldly. That's probably my favorite moment. So, but that's like one of, I could say like in every scene, I'm like, this is like the most beautiful thing that
Absolutely.
I'm very hyped. So,
You're like
No,
from
so
0 to
yeah, like I'm
an
honestly
hour.
like, and then that, and then when they did that, and then that, like it just never stopped. It's
Yeah.
cool. It's fun to be like, it's fun to like love what you were able to create with people that you love. It's very rewarding.
Yeah. And Tayarisha, I had to ask you, because it took me a whole second. When they kept referring to River, I was like, I forgot Leon Bridges is in this movie. And then he showed up and I was like, that's the guy that sings River. Like, was like, right, he's in this movie. So did you do that on purpose or was it just happenstance?
No, that I wanted him to wait, ask your question again one more time. I
That
had
you
to call.
wanted the character that just plays to be named River, the song that most people know him for.
It honestly was like a series of, it was happenstance. Like it, like Leon wasn't in my mind when I wrote the character, but that song that he wrote was on my playlist when I was writing, and I would hear it a lot because it was, you know, it's a lovely song, and it like makes me think of the feeling of trusting somebody in a relationship and trusting like the flow of other people's journeys and like the crisscrossing of the paths and just trusting that it's going to be good, that it's going to be a good flow. So that very much inspired the character of River. And then when we were casting and I was thinking about musicians and about musicians as storytellers and things like that, Leon immediately came to mind. And I'd already named the character River. So it seemed like it would just be disingenuous to change it just because it was Leon.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense. I literally, the movie ended and I was like, whoa, whoa, take me. And I was like singing
No.
it as the credits were
Nice,
rolling.
right? And we didn't have to pay for the song, but you feel
I instantly started singing it. But thank you guys so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it. Thank you for letting me meet the Chonky Boy. And I can't wait for people to get to see the movie. I think it's very pretty and one that they'll love.
Thank you for your words. Thank you.
You guys.